Guys, I gotta keep it real. I really have got to keep it real. What really pisses me off about boxing, it is the one thing that just makes this sport so fucking infuriating to follow, and it makes this sport, it makes the sport depressing. It really does. When you constantly see this double standard and this duplicity from boxing fans. When boxing fans say one thing one minute if regarding one fighter, but when another fighter does the same thing, or acts in a similar sort of manner, a similar sort of conduct, they say the complete opposite. And I've got another video coming about that, either later this week or early next week. It's going to be a long video where I'm going to talk about the biggest problem in boxing and the a thing that needs to change if boxing is going to last. But I'll get into that in another video. Right now, I just want to talk about one of the things that really pisses me off about boxing, man. I really want to talk about this fucking disgusting, despicable dishonesty that's going on right now surrounding Vasyl Lomachenko. Now, Vasyl Lomachenko is one of the. I don't care whether you like the guy or not, whether you like his personality, whether you like his style. This guy has proven in just 13 professional fights that he is one of the greatest fighters of all time. This guy, there is no fighter in the history of boxing. I don't care where you come from. I don't care your background. I don't care who your favorite fighter is, what style you prefer. There is no way you can even refute this. All right, if you try to refute this, you're a fucking liar. There is no fighter in the history of boxing, in the entire history of the sport, that has achieved what this man has achieved in just 13 professional fights. Nobody. You can't find me anybody. Alright? There isn't one guy you can compare to him. Alright? There isn't one fighter in the history of boxing that has done what this guy has done, that has achieved what this guy has achieved, that has amassed a resume that this guy has in 13 professional fights. It hasn't been done. It probably won't be done again. But let's get into it. So, let me stop rambling and let me just get to the point. You know, Boxing fans, I have criticised, and you guys know this if you followed me, alright? So don't call me a liar. You guys that have followed my channel, you know that I've kept it real with you guys, and I have criticised fan bases from wherever. Okay, I've done a lot of talking about American fans and how disingenuous and dishonest and biased and just damn right fucking damn right duplicitous American boxing fans are with their double standards. Same with British fans, okay? I am British, but I've criticised British fans time and time again on here. I've criticised some of the absolute fucking disgraceful media coverage and commentary that we get over here in the UK. It's damn right pathetic, and many other people have covered it. But there's another group of fans right now that is really fucking getting on my nerves, and I really have to talk about it. Now, I get a lot of Hispanic viewers that watch my videos and comment on my videos. I get a lot of people from places like Mexico and Puerto Rico and guys like that. I get a lot of comments from these guys, and I love these guys. And I can tell you right now, I have a utmost respect for these guys because you can tell how passionate they are about boxing, particularly the Mexican dudes. The Mexicans, they've got a proud history in boxing. They have a proud fighting culture. They can tell that it means a lot to them. And I can tell you, fans in a lot of European countries could learn a lot from these guys in regards to supporting their own and getting behind their own and buying tickets to fights and buying the what do you call it, the pay-per-views and whatnot, and just really getting behind their countrymen. A lot of fight fans in other countries could learn from them. But I've got to keep it real. The fucking disgusting, duplicitous, disingenuous bullshit that I'm seeing from this Mexican boxing community is starting to really piss me off. It really is. People, all these Mexican fight fans and the shit they've been saying in videos and the comments they've been leaving, they always pop up whenever it comes to Lomachenko. These guys have got some sort of sick, disgraceful hatred for Lomachenko, and the comments I've been seeing saying from old Mexican channels and Mexican commenters saying shit like he was exposed by by Jose Pedraza. Lomachenko was exposed by Jose Pedraza. that Lomachenko is ducking Mikey Garcia. Guys, go and read the comments. I'm not even kidding. People saying Lomachenko is ducking Mikey Garcia. Lomachenko is hiding from that fight. Him and Bob Arum, they're terrified of Mikey Garcia and they're trying everything they can to get out of this fight. Lomachenko is ducking Miguel Berchelt, because he can't handle Mexican aggression. He's just terrified of us Mexicans. They scare the shit out of him. He was dominated and exposed by the Mexican warrior, Orlando Salido, who fairly and legitimately beat him. Oh my fucking god, I am I can't believe the comments I woke up to the past couple of days. Not just on my videos, there are a lot of them on my videos, but comments on other people's videos too, in regards to Lomachenko from Mexicans. You guys are fucking delusional. I'm not. Let me just address some of these points, man, because I'm I don't even know what to say. But let me try my best to rationally address some of these fucking points. So Lomachenko was exposed by by Jose Pedraza. He was exposed, guys. So Lomachenko defeats Jose Pedraza, dominates him, completely outboxes him, knocks him down twice, and beats him by a wide, unanimous decision on all three cards, and does so after coming off shoulder surgery and a long layoff. That's what you guys call an exposure? What winning the fight? What dominating the fight? Go winning the fight, dominating the fight, scoring multiple knockdowns, right? Having the guy stumbling all over the place, outlanding the guy by over like 200 punches. All right, Pedraza went in there and threw a lot more punches than Lomachenko, yet somehow couldn't land fuck all on him, couldn't land a meaningful punch the whole fight, and gets outlanded and dropped. He does all that. He schools the guy, completely outboxes him, drops him multiple times, takes his title from him in a unification, does so coming off of potentially career-ending shoulder surgery, a shoulder injury which he picked up in another fight. And you guys are telling me that that's an exposure? He was exposed? That proves that he couldn't be any great Mexican fighter like Miguel Berchelt or Miguel Roman or Salido, and he's ducking the Salido rematch, and he's terrified, he's frightened to death of Mikey Garcia because that Mexican aggression is too much for him. Oh my fucking god, what is wrong with you guys? What is wrong? Are you guys retarded? Or are you guys just straight up fucking liars? I'll go with the latter because I don't think you guys are stupid. I don't think you guys are that stupid. I think you guys are fucking liars. Let's address the other point. So Lomachenko is ducking Mikey Garcia. He's terrified of that fight, and Bob Arum is terrified that Lomachenko will lose to Mikey Garcia. So they're doing everything to get out of that fight. So hang on a second. Let's just recap this whole Mikey Garcia saga and what's going on outside of the ring. So Lomachenko calls out Mikey Garcia. Lomachenko says he wants to unify the division. Lomachenko wants to track down all the belts and wants to prove he's the pound for pound #1 fighter in the world and is consistently wanting to fight the best. Mikey Garcia decides to vacate his title and decides to leave the division and actively pursue a fight with Errol Spence. No, not a fight Errol Spence wanted. It's not Errol Spence called him out, so he moved up to fight Errol Spence to prove he's he's not scared of Errol. No, he literally actively avoided any negotiations with a Lomachenko fight at all. Any negotiation, any chance of that fight happening, gone out the window. Any chance whatsoever, because he vacated the title, so it's not going to be for undisputed. Which takes away some of its credibility a little bit, and moves out of the division, moves 2 divisions away from Lomachenko, forcing Lomachenko to go elsewhere and face the next best guy in line, the next guy who had a belt that he could unify, because Garcia's belts are now in limbo. He can't fight for them, so he went for the next best guy, the next best option, and took on the guy for the WBO belt. But Lomachenko's ducking Mikey Garcia. It's Lomachenko who doesn't want that fight. Really? And another thing I'm seeing from these fucking idiots, man. These guys coming online, these Lomachenko haters, these pathetic, disingenuous fools, these idiots, these clowns, these fake boxing fans, coming online and saying, "Oh, Vasyl Lomachenko lost his second pro fight. Great fighters don't lose their early pro fights." And I saw that in a lot of different comments on people's videos. Wait, so hang on a second. I'm speaking directly to the Mexican fans here who are hating on Lomachenko. So Juan Manuel Márquez didn't lose his first professional fight to a bum, did he? Didn't Juan Manuel Márquez, one of your heroes, one of the greatest Mexican fighters of all time, a guy who these Mexicans always put up on a pedestal as being the guy who conquered Manny Pacquiao finally after 4 fights, amazing Mexican hero, one of their best fighters ever. So he didn't lose his professional debut to a fucking journeyman, did he? You fucking liars, you clowns, man. Saying that Lomachenko, he lost his second pro fight, so that proves that he's not a pound for pound fighter. He has Salido problems. Completely ignoring the fact that Salido, I mean, is there a fighter in the history of boxing as controversial as Orlando Salido? The guy's a fucking steroid user, all right, a habitual steroid user who fluctuates in weight, has failed drug tests and has even, is just go look it up, man. The guy's been surrounded with drug controversy for years. A guy who throws more low blows than he throws punches. A guy who came into the fight fucking weighing like 2 weight divisions above Lomachenko. The guy was like 20 pounds overweight, didn't even try to make weight. He deliberately forfeited his title so that he could have a weight advantage on the night. He went into that ring, he had a referee in Lawrence Cole, a man who has a long, long history of protecting Mexican fighters. Go and look at the fight and look at how many low blows he allowed Salido to land, how much holding Salido was allowed to do, how much rabbit punching he was allowed to do, how many headbutts, that were caused by Salido rushing forward with his head, trying to get to the body and trying to get low. I mean, and then go and look at Lawrence Cole against, when he did the Sergey Lipinets Garcia fight, and he's literally warning Sergey Lipinets for throwing legal body shots. That's what you call a guy who, is literally paid to protect these Mexican fighters in Texas. That's what he does, or wherever they fight. He's always protecting these Mexican dudes. He was always protecting Chavez Jr. and whatnot. He was protecting Margarito. When Margarito fought Manny Pacquiao, I guess protecting is the wrong word, because he literally let Margarito get beaten nearly to death. Just on the off chance he might beat Manny Pacquiao in Texas. He just couldn't bring himself to stop the fight, because he did the same thing in the Barrera fight. He was calling slips from Manny Pacquiao. When Manny Pacquiao would slip to the canvas, he would call it a knockdown. And when Manny Pacquiao would plant a fucking left hand on Barrera's chin and knock him flat on his arse, Lawrence Cole would call it a slip. That's the type of referee I'm talking about that did the Lomachenko-Salido fight. Allowed that piece of shit Salido to foul the whole fucking fight. And then in the last round, and the video's on my channel, go check it out. In the last fucking round, when Salido is gassed, when he's out on his feet about to be knocked the fuck out, Lawrence Cole jumps in and protects him and pulls Lomachenko off him and says, "Hey, don't do that. Don't do that." While Salido is committing a foul by holding. Oh my god, man. You guys are just disingenuous, pathetic, racist, nationalistic fake boxing fans. These fake boxing fans, these Lomachenko haters are scum. You people are... What else can I say? Lomachenko haters, you're scum in regards to, you guys should not be commenting on boxing. You guys should not be following boxing, because you're just the type of people that I cannot respect. You're fake. You're frauds. Alright? The Lomachenko is one of the greatest fighters of all time. He's my personal pound for pound #1 right now. You don't have to agree with that. You don't have to. Alright? But you cannot tell me that any other fighter in 13 pro fights has achieved what he's achieved. The guy's a 3-division world champion. And not only that, but he's now a unified world champion. He's the lineal lightweight champion. Alright, he's officially ranked #1, especially now that Garcia has fucked off to another division. And I like Mikey Garcia. I'm giving him a decent chance against Spence. But don't come on here and tell me that Lomachenko ducked that fight. You're a fucking liar. These bloody Mexicans, man. Again, I love my Mexican viewing audience. You know, a lot of you guys know your boxing and you're passionate about boxing, but these ones who come out of the woodworks whenever Lomachenko fights and start talking about fucking people like Miguel Berchelt. I mean, who the fuck is Miguel Berchelt and what has this guy done? I mean, I don't know who this guy was until last year. Now Lomachenko's ducking him because a couple of years ago Lomachenko was his mandatory. No, he was Lomachenko's mandatory or something for the WBO, and the fight never materialized. Well, you mean while Lomachenko was fighting guys like Nicholas Walters and Guillermo Rigondeaux, guys who people were saying that he was ducking and were going to knock him out? People said they were going to break his jaw and knock him out. You had people writing songs about it. Go Google the songs people made about how the Axeman was going to knock Lomachenko out and was going to expose the hype jab, the pussy ass Eurobum hype jab, and the Eurobum hype jab. He was going to get knocked out by this great fucking Jamaican warrior, this amazing. The Axeman cometh was going to expose the hype job. I mean, and Lomachenko's fighting guys like that, but he was ducking Miguel Berchelt. He was ducking this fucking flat-footed, come forward, no defense, rudimentary, stereotypical Mexican brawler with very little skill, who's just heavy-handed. He was ducking that guy, but he was fighting guys like Nicholas Walters and Rigondeaux. Really, he can't handle Mexican aggression. Well, why haven't people like Rodriguez and Jason Sosa? I don't know, is Jason Sosa Mexican? I don't know. I think he's Hispanic of some kind. Fuck knows. But why haven't guys like that been able to just walk forward and outwork and crowd and beat Lomachenko to the body and hit him with everything and just overwhelm him and beat him? Why haven't they been able to do that? You guys any ideas? Could it maybe because Lomachenko whooped their fucking asses because he's the better fighter? But they were aggressive Hispanic fighters. I know at least Rodriguez was Mexican. You know, they couldn't just walk him down with their Mexican aggression. They couldn't walk him down, could they? You know why? Because they didn't have corrupt referees. They weren't roided up to the gills. They weren't 20 pounds overweight. You know, they weren't low blowing non-stop. You know, there's dynamics to boxing that you guys need to understand. All right. And like I said, I've got another video coming, and that video is going to be directed. I got a lot more to say about this whole Tyson Fury Wilder situation and the stuff I want to talk about there. You know, in regards to just things that are going on in boxing that I have to point out. You know, double standards that I have to point out, things like that. But yeah, this is about Lomachenko. Lomachenko, God bless this guy. This guy is a breath of fresh air for boxing. Even if he loses his next fight, even if he gets knocked out, what he has achieved, what this one guy has achieved in boxing is astronomical. What this guy has achieved is fantastic. And while you got these fake boxing fans, these pathetic, fake-ass boxing fans who are even finding... How can you even find an ounce of criticism for Lomachenko? What has the guy done that you can even criticize? The guy has done more in 13 pro fights than Deontay Wilder has done in 40 pro fights. All right, let me tell you, because it's the Mexican fans that I'm directing this at. He's done more in 13 pro fights than your boy Julio César Chávez did in 80 pro fights. Who was Julio César Chávez, known as the greatest Mexican fighter ever? Who was he fighting in his first 13 pro fights? He was fighting cab drivers and bin men. That's who he was fighting. He wasn't fighting world champions like Guillermo Rigondeaux and Jason Sosa and Jorge Linares and Jose Pedraza and Guillermo Rigondeaux. He wasn't fighting those guys, was he? He wasn't fighting those type of opponent. He wasn't fighting a veteran world champion in his second pro fight. No, he was fighting cab drivers and bin men. That's who he was fighting. So get real. God bless. Thanks for watching.